Do men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants?
Can a man stand before a judge at a child support hearing and say, Your Honor, it was her body, and it was therefore her choice to have this child?
With abortion, I have no problem with that. My problem comes when you tell me what I need to do with my doctor and my family. How dare you?
Wade, in 1973, teenage pregnancy rates in this country were declining over a period of 12 years.
Candace didn't walk into The View to debate. She came to destroy. And that's exactly what she did. Whoopi Goldberg, usually the loudest voice at the table, was left speechless and scrambling after Candace ripped through the abortion debate like a wrecking ball. One by one, Candace shattered every pro-choice argument thrown at her, calmly, ruthlessly, and with zero hesitation. Whoopi tried to push back, but it was like watching someone bring a paper sword to a gunfight. By the end, it wasn't a discussion. It was a massacre, and Whoopi looked like she knew it. This wasn't just a win for Candace. It was a total takedown that left The View reeling.
Supreme Court abortion case. Honestly, this isn't even about whether you're pro-choice or pro-life. I just do not like bad arguments.
And trust me, it was a moment you couldn't look away from. Whoopi's expression? Pure defeat. She knew she'd just been outclassed on her own turf. The View, usually a safe haven for celebrity groupthink and soft applause, got hit with a political earthquake. That cozy echo chamber? Shattered. Candace Owens didn't just challenge the narrative, she burned the script and dared them to stop her. The days of polite nods and predictable takes are over. Candace walked in like a wrecking ball and left nothing standing.
Do men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants?
Picture this. Candace Owens walks into The View, solo against a table full of liberal firepower. Looked like a setup, but she came to fight. Whoopi, smug and ready to pounce, thought she had another conservative to steamroll. Wrong. Candace wasn't there to play nice. She came to flip the script and own the room.
Zealots and/or people on the right very much understand that reality. We understand that when a culture promulgates promiscuity, it leads to people engaging in unfulfilling.
The tension in that studio? Absolutely electric. You could feel it through the screen. Whoopi's eyes locked in, ready to strike. But Candace beat her to the punch. Suddenly, facts are flying, and Whoopi, frozen, mouth open, eyes wide, no comeback. One moment, she's the queen of confidence. The next, she looks like she just got blindsided. Candace came in swinging with brutal truths about abortion, and Whoopi didn't even see it coming.
There is such a thing as sexually transmitted insanity, the normalization of non-committal sex, which is pervasive in our culture and in our schools, and it serves
the audience completely rattled. This isn't the usual clap-on-cue routine. People are shifting, whispering, visibly uncomfortable. They came for a cozy echo chamber, but Candace turned up the heat. She's laying out cold facts, fetal development, abortion numbers, the stuff the media buries, and she's not backing down. Whoopi's scrambling, desperate to regain control, but nothing's landing. The other hosts try to cut in, but Candace? Untouchable. She's locked in, relentless, and commanding the room. Then it hits. A bombshell stat about late-term abortion. Silence. Total shock. It wasn't just a moment. It was a knockout blow.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I say, thanks Whoopi for proving that even idiots are capable of understanding basic biology.
It was like Candace dropped a truth bomb straight into enemy territory, and the fallout was instant. Whoopi's stammering, scrambling for a response, but there's nowhere to hide. Facts don't care about her feelings, and Candace came armed to the teeth. Whoopi thought she had the upper hand. Please, that's like showing up to a nuclear standoff with a squirt gun. Candace starts unleashing one brutal stat after another, and the studio goes dead quiet. She's not sugarcoating a thing, just raw, unfiltered truth. She even throws out the stat no one wants to hear. Before all the federally funded sex ed and Roe v. Wade, teen pregnancies were actually dropping. Now, it's chaos, and Candace is calling it out loud and clear.
Do men have any eggs or the possibility of carrying a fetus? How dare you talk about what a fetus wants?
Whoopi tries to cut in, desperate to regain control, but Candace, not budging an inch. She's in the zone, steamrolling through every interruption like it's nothing. The tension? Off the charts. You could practically feel the panic on that set. The other hosts are visibly squirming, eyes darting, silently begging for a lifeline. But Candace keeps pushing, undaunted and unfiltered. Then she drops it, a line so sharp it slices through the noise. Children are the consequence. Life is the consequence. That wasn't just a mic drop, it was a statement of war.
Don't understand what happens when you have sex. We understand exactly what happens. Children are the consequence. Life is the consequence. They can chest feed, and here comes along Whoopi Goldberg, and she's so fired up about abortion that she accidentally tells the truth.
Boom. It was like a shockwave ripped through the studio. Jaws dropped, silence hit hard. Candace wasn't playing nice. She called out the ugly truth. Abortions being sold like a casual reset button for reckless choices. But she's not here for polite lies. She's saying the things that no one on that stage dares to touch. This isn't some sanitized healthcare decision. It's a life or death reality. And Candace drives it home with zero hesitation. Then comes the kill shot. My body, my choice? It's not the woman's body that dies, it's the baby's. That line didn't just land, it shattered the narrative.
Wade, in 1973, teenage pregnancy rates in this country were declining over a period of 12 years.
Holy cow, you could hear a pin drop. The entire studio just froze. Whoopi's face? Absolutely stunned, like someone told her gravity just stopped working. Candace is breaking it all down. Fetal development, real timelines, the raw facts they never want aired on daytime TV. The co-hosts squirming, searching for a lifeline. But there's no escape route. This isn't feel-good fluff anymore. It's a truth blitz, and Candace is unleashing it with no mercy. And the wildest part? Even some of the pro-choice audience members are sitting there, wide-eyed and shaken.
And give birth. Only women have a womb that is capable of carrying a child. They say, never get in the way of our enemies when they are making them.
Candace starts peeling back the layers on abortion procedures, and what she reveals: disturbing, raw, and nothing like the sanitized version they usually push. It's like she ripped the curtain off a dark industry, and what's behind it? Ugly truths no one wants to say out loud. Whoopi tries to wrestle control back, but it's way too late. The damage is done, and her eyes say it all. She's outmatched and out of her league. This isn't a comfy group hug on set. This is a verbal beatdown in real time. And just when you think it couldn't get worse for Whoopi, she plays the oldest card in the deck: my body, my choice. But Candace already saw it coming. She's got a counter ready that turns the whole conversation upside down. She brings up something they never expected: men's rights in abortion decisions. The audience shifts, faces twist in confusion. This wasn't on the script. Whoopi tries to cut her off, but Candace is 3 moves ahead. She's thinking chess, while everyone else is stuck playing checkers. Then she drops the bombshell. How can anyone logically argue that a baby is 100% a woman's property just because it grows inside her? That wasn't just a statement, it was a system shock, and the studio had no clue how to handle it.
I mean, how on earth can someone logically explain how a baby is 100% the property of a woman as it grows inside of her?
Boom. Silence slams the studio like a freight train. You can see Whoopi's wheels spinning, grasping, stalling, praying for a comeback. But Candace? She's not slowing down. She's going full throttle into forbidden territory. She turns the whole debate on its head with one savage truth. If women can walk away from motherhood with abortion, why are men chained to fatherhood through child support? Now the air is thick. Stunned faces, clenched jaws, total shock and awe. Candace just cracked open the ultimate double standard, and nobody on that stage saw it coming. This wasn't a discussion. This was a take-no-prisoners assault on the sacred cows of liberal feminism, and Candace brought the fire.
Can a man stand before a judge at a child support hearing and say, Your Honor, it was her body, and it was therefore her choice to have this child?
It's like she's holding up a mirror to the...
It's like Candace took the "my body, my choice" slogan, flipped it around, and forced the whole room to stare into the uncomfortable truth. And what they saw wasn't flattering. The audience starts to shift. You can feel the energy cracking, some faces tight with anger, others just stunned silent. This isn't the usual polished groupthink The View feeds its crowd. This is raw, unscripted confrontation, and it's shaking the room. Candace doesn't let up. She cuts straight through the noise and calls it what it is: a built-in excuse to sidestep accountability. Then she drops the hammer. This isn't empowerment, it's the deadbeat mom defense dressed up as feminism. And just like that, she doesn't just challenge the narrative, she torches it.
Up when the message that is ringing out loud and clear from mainstream culture and media is that beyond sex, men have no responsibility or say in the lives of their children.
Whew, that one hit like a sledgehammer to the entire pro-choice narrative. You can practically feel the panic radiating off Whoopi as she flails for an exit. But Candace has her boxed in, cornered, and completely exposed. The usual slogans, shattered, the polished talking points, reduced to rubble. Candace didn't just challenge the "my body, my choice" mantra, she ripped it apart at the seams and threw the scraps on the table for the world to see. Whoopi's left blinking, stuttering, a veteran with decades under her belt, and nothing to say. No witty comeback, no righteous indignation, just silence and a broken argument. Candace Owens didn't walk into that studio for a chat. She walked in to deliver a knockout blow on live TV, and she did it with surgical precision.
With abortion, I have no problem with that. My problem comes when you tell me what I need to do with my doctor and my family. How dare you?
But here's where it gets even wilder. When the dust finally settles, the real chaos begins. The fallout? 10 times messier than the actual clash. Liberal media? Absolutely losing it. It's like someone dropped a truth grenade in their echo chamber, and now they're all running around like headless chickens. You've got outlets scrambling to contain the damage, spinning the moment with desperation dripping from every headline. They're twisting, editing, gaslighting, trying everything short of blacking out the footage. Meanwhile, social media's on full detonation mode. Timelines are flooded, clips are viral, and the takes are hotter than a meltdown. This isn't just a media reaction, it's a narrative crisis. And Candace lit the fuse.
Here we are in the middle of a vicious culture war where a bunch of men who wind up pregnant and are pressured to make a life-altering emotional decision that is packaged to them as the responsible thing to do.
Candace Owens is everywhere, trending like wildfire, but not in the way the left hoped. Clips of her dismantling Whoopi are flooding the internet, and there's no stopping it. It's a digital inferno, and it's burning through the media spin faster than they can shovel it. The View's PR team, probably pulling all-nighters, neck-deep in cold brew, praying for a distraction big enough to bury this disaster. Spoiler, it's not coming. Meanwhile, conservative media is feasting. It's a content goldmine. Whoopi getting schooled in glorious high def, replayed again and again like it's the Super Bowl of ideological takedowns. Articles are flying out faster than CNN can fact-check a meme. It's Christmas, the 4th of July, and a victory parade all rolled into one for the right. And Whoopi's fans? Oh, they're spiraling. Excuses galore. She wasn't feeling well. The edit was unfair. She was being polite. Yeah, okay, keep clinging to that. Your queen just got dethroned on live TV and the whole country saw it. But here's the part that's really got the liberal machine sweating bullets. People are listening. Candace's words, unfiltered, uncensored, unstoppable, reaching millions who've never heard this side of the debate before. And it's not just a viral moment, it's a shift in the narrative. This wasn't just a win for Candace. This was a red pill moment for an entire generation tired of the same recycled talking points. The curtain's been yanked open, and what's behind it? Ugly truths, hard questions, and a whole lot of people waking up.
The reality of pregnancy, this particular group of people on the right in this country and these religious zealots do not understand.
So what happens now? Oh, you better believe The View is going to tread real carefully moving forward. They thought they were setting Candace up for a quick takedown. But plot twist, she came armed with facts, fire, and zero fear. What was supposed to be a routine ambush turned into an on-air massacre. Let's just say, next time they book a conservative, there'll be a lot more panic in the planning room. Because this time, they brought weak talking points to a verbal shootout, and Candace showed up locked, loaded, and ready to wreck shop.
15% of households in America today feature a nuclear family unit, a married mother and a father raising children.
When the dust finally settles, what we're left with isn't just a viral clip or a trending hashtag. It's a moment of truth that shook the foundations of the liberal echo chamber. This entire ordeal, start to finish, laid bare something the media's been trying to hide for years. Their narrative is fragile, rehearsed, and built to collapse the second it's hit with real facts and fearless opposition. And Candace Owens? She didn't just show up to debate, she showed up to demolish the house of cards. Let's be clear, this wasn't some random back and forth or heated panel banter. This was surgical, calculated, She came into a hostile studio surrounded by legacy media veterans and did what no one expected. She flipped the script. She stood tall while the rest tried every trick in the book. Emotional appeals, cheap talking points, dismissive body language. None of it worked. Because when Candace spoke about abortion, she didn't speak in vague generalities. She called out the dark underbelly of what the media and political elite have been packaging as choice. She exposed how young women, often scared, overwhelmed, and alone, are being pressured into making permanent, life-altering decisions by a society that tells them it's the mature, responsible thing to do, all while silencing any voices that dare suggest there might be another path, a better path. And that silence, that's what Candace shattered. She called out the lie that my body, my choice, is some sacred, untouchable mantra, when in reality, it's too often used to erase the life of another human being and shield the conversation from any real accountability. She even pushed into the one place the media never wants to go, the male perspective. She asked, if women have the right to opt out of parenthood, why don't men? If abortion is about equality, then why is responsibility so one-sided? The room got quiet. The hosts got nervous. The crowd got tense. Because the truth hit too hard to ignore. Candace didn't just win a debate. She blew a gaping hole in the media's carefully guarded talking points. And now, the liberal machine is scrambling. The View's producers, probably vowing to never let someone that prepared and that fearless anywhere near their table again. The media, doing damage control, writing panicked op-eds and trying to reframe the entire exchange. And social media, exploding with millions of people saying, finally, someone said it. This wasn't just Candace Owens standing her ground. This was a blueprint for how to destroy the woke mob's monopoly on public discourse. She didn't play their game. She rewrote the rules. And in doing so, she gave a voice to every person out there who's been shouted down, shut out, or told to stay silent. This wasn't just a win, it was a warning shot. The days of media gatekeeping are numbered, the curtain has been pulled back, and Candace Owens just showed the world how you bring the whole house down. Not with rage, not with chaos, but with truth that cuts too deep to ignore.